Hello V Squad, and welcome back to another episode of VGIRLTV. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back to my canal de YouTube, and I'm here with another video. Oh my god, it's so late last night. It's so late right now, guys, and I am really pushing through to give you content. I got my little infamous cup. Actually, this is my sister's cup that she got for my birthday, but I'm using it because I'm drinking some matcha. Okay, this is actually like I've never had this before. This is like literally my first time having it, and I'm like addicted. By the title of this video, of course you already know what this video is going to be about. This video is going to be about the pros and the cons of living in Panama. Listen, okay, before I even get into this video, okay, I don't want to hear you trolls. Okay, every video I always gotta keep saying something about you trolls. If you think that you're gonna move to a place and everything is gonna be wonderful and everything is gonna be like Wonderland, okay, you need to see a therapist, okay, because there's nothing in this world that is perfect, and I'm gonna give you the pros and cons of living in such. So to start off with this video, we're gonna start off on a positive note so that you guys don't get too crazy on me. Okay, I'm gonna give you the pros of living in the PTY. The first thing that is a pro, especially for those of you who are coming from United States of America, Panama uses the US dollar. So for me personally, like, I know I mentioned this in another one of my videos before, that when I go to other countries that don't use the US dollar, I'm kind of like really like ditzy with it. I can never get the money straight. Literally every time that I have to pay for something, I'm like struggling to figure out how much money I'm supposed to give and how much it converts from the US dollar to whatever dollar it is. Like when I was in Colombia, I was having a hard time converting my dollars into pesos. But here in Panama, you don't have to worry about that. You don't have to worry about that because we use the American dollar. So if you're moving to Panama and you're moving from the United States, just know that you won't have any money, you won't have any problems with calculating or knowing how much anything costs, because in Panama we use the US dollar. The second pro about living in Panama is that Panama is very, very modernized. If you have not been to Panama, be sure to go and be sure to check it out. Panama has every single thing that you are looking for. Everything that there's in the state that they have in the States is literally in Panama. So it's like you're not missing anything. Panama is like a little Miami, okay? From amazing restaurants, skyscrapers, literally everything that you need or everything that you can find in the States, you can find in Panama. Another pro about living in Panama is the weather, okay? Panama has amazing weather all year round, and even when it's raining season, it rains for a little bit and then the sun comes out, so it's really not that bad. As you guys know, I am from NYC, so those cold winter is something that I hated, okay? I hated the cold winter. So living in a place like Panama is so amazing, and it's actually like a blessing, okay? It's a blessing to experience summer weather all year round, to not have to wear a jacket, to not have to wear boots, hats, scarves, gloves. You don't need none of that. You don't need any of that. Depending on what part of Panama you go, maybe if you go, you know, up north, you may experience like chills. Like if you're in places like Los Santos, Boquete, Chiriquí, those areas, you may need like a light jacket because it can become like 60 or 70 degrees. But for the most part, the weather in Panama is amazing all year round. Another pro about living in Panama, and this is for me, if you enjoy eating fruits, okay, I am a fruit lover. I love to eat fruits. I also love to eat vegetables. In Panama, you will find so much natural fruits and vegetables, for little of nothing, okay? You're not gonna get your eyes dug out, okay, for buying a fruit bowl or avocado or anything that here is like super expensive. You will not have those issues in Panama because literally you're surrounded by natural resources. You are surrounded by nature, okay? And even in the city, you can still get amazing quality fruits. So that is one of the pros about living in Panama, is that you can get fresh fruits and vegetables all year round. Another pro about living in Panama is its transportation system. If you have not visited Panama, I would hope you have. I would hope you, at this point, okay, if you're watching this video, you have visited Panama or you're making plans to visit Panama. But one of the amazing things about Panama is its transportation system. If you are in places like Panama City, there is a train system, there is a bus system that is very, very reliable. We also have Uber. We also have InDriver. For those of you who feel safe enough to take an InDriver, we have that as an option as well. So transportation in Panama is not an issue. Another pro about living in Panama is Panama's beautiful, amazing beaches. I, for one, love going to the beach in Panama. It's actually one of my favorite pastimes to do. It's amazing to just hang out with friends. If you want to have like a little outdoor barbecue, you know, enjoy the water. The beaches in Panama are amazing, especially in places like Colón and Bocas del Toro. Guys, I can't even stress to you enough how amazing it is, how amazing the beaches are in Panama. Another pro about living in Panama are the food. Panama has amazing food. If you are a foodie like me, and you guys know I'm a foodie, hence why I'm getting all this neck fat, okay? You would know that Panama has amazing food. It just depends on what type of food you're into, but I can guarantee that whatever food that you're trying to find, you will definitely find it in Panama. Okay, guys. So now this is the part that you guys usually hate, okay? And this is not even really about talking bad about the country, but come on, guys. Where there's good, there's evil. Where there's bad, there's good. So you have to be able to take the good with the bad, okay? So I'm gonna give you the cons about living in Panama. The number one con about living in Panama is the terrible customer service. Now, I say this all the time, okay? Panama has one of the worst customer service in the history of customer service. Now, I've had bad customer service in other places, but I don't think anything tops Panama's customer service. Panama's customer service is terrible, okay? Terrible, 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 okay? That is something that I wish that people would improve on, especially when it comes to tourism and building the tourism in Panama, because Panama's not really known for its tourism. You don't really hear a bunch of people saying, oh my God, I want to visit Panama. You really don't hear it, okay? And the ones that do hear it, or the ones that do want to visit, it's so important for us to give them amazing customer service from the tourists. From the moment you hit the airport, customer service should be A1. But no, no. The customer service in Panama, fatal, okay? Horrible, okay? Terrible. Another con about living in Panama is Panama's Juega Vivo mentality, okay? If you Panamanian, you already know what Juega Vivo is, okay? You already know what it is. But for those of you who don't know what it is, Juega Vivo is a term that is given, or is a term given to people that are always trying to get over, okay? They like to play smart, okay? They like to play fool to catch wise, like my mother would say, okay? That is the mentality with a lot of people in Panama, unfortunately. If you ever been to Panama, if you live in Panama, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's unfortunate, and I would hope that in the future things will get better. So hopefully in the future that mentality will change for the better. Hope and pray that mentality would change in the future. but for right now, this is what we're dealing with. Another con about living in Panama, and I won't say that it's a con really, but it could be negatively impacting, especially if the country is trying to build more on tourism and want to expand moving forward financially and business wide, is the cultural language. Okay, so yes, for those of you who know, or if you don't know, Panama official language is Spanish. Okay, I don't have a problem with it because I speak Spanish, I understand it, I write it, I don't have a problem. But for somebody else who may not speak the language, this could be something that you may see as a con because you speak English, and learning another language when you're a lot older can be a little bit difficult. So that's the reason why I put it on the con section, okay? Because it's not necessarily a bad thing, but I guess it's like, okay, well, you come to my house, you do as I do, okay? When you in Rome, you do as the Roman do. Don't try to change nothing. So I mean, I guess that's really the mentality why a lot of people don't speak English. I mean, there are people that speak English, don't get me wrong, but you do have to understand that the main language in Panama is Espanol, okay? So that is what I would say is a con. And my last con, okay, and this is something that I hope and pray that they will change in the near future for business wise and in expanding economic growth within the country, is exporting services. So Panama does not have an official exporting service. The only services that they do have is like FedEx, which is American, and DHL. So FedEx and DHL. And they're super expensive, super expensive. So if you are trying to run like an online store, or if you're trying to run some sort of Amazon business or anything, any digital business, and you have to export, that is going to be a major problem because Panama does not have an export service. They do have a post office, okay? The last time I went to the post office, they said they were closed due to COVID. I don't know what's going on right now. I've heard that they weren't really reliable. I don't know. Okay, don't shoot the messenger. Don't shoot the messenger. But there's no real exporting service, okay? Not like in the States where you have USPS, you have UPS, you have FedEx, you have DHL, you have all these different exporting services, so that if you are running any major, if you're running any online service or digital business or whatever, you have a way of sending out orders or supplies. But Panama does not have that. Panama is known for importing because of the canal, but no exporting services. So that concludes my list of the pros and cons of the PTY. If you enjoyed this video, if you found this video helpful, make sure you give it a thumbs up, make sure you are subscribed, and make sure you share this channel with someone else who would like this information. Anyway guys, as always, thank you for tuning in. Peace and love.